Are you tired of being constantly attacked and falsely accused by narcissists? Then keep watching, because it's time to take control of the situation and learn how to respond effectively to their lies. We know that this is one of the most frustrating aspects of dealing with narcissists. Whether it's in a personal relationship or at work, these toxic individuals love to manipulate and project their own faults onto others, to the point that they'll make false accusations about others. But before we reveal how you should respond to narcissists making false accusations about you, it pays to understand what goes on in their minds. At first, they act like they're the ones being wronged. Even though they're the ones causing all the trouble, they twist the narrative and go, "Look at what you're doing to me." This is a classic manipulation tactic, and manipulation is the name of the game for narcissists. That said, narcissists really believe they're always right and think no one else gets things like they do. So they're quick to point fingers and make false accusations. In their eyes, if there's a problem, it's definitely on you. It's never their fault. Also, narcissists hardly ever stop to think about the real facts. They stick to their own story and push it hard. For them, truth is something they can twist to suit what they need right then, not really about being fair or objective. So, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're not really talking to someone who gets the full picture, but someone who's all about their own fixed point of view. What's more, they tend to have a pretty selective memory when it comes to their own actions and traits. They're not perfect, but they act like they are. While they have their own flaws, they are way more interested in pointing out everyone else's. Also, narcissists somehow think they know you better than you know yourself. And if you try to argue, they'll just double down, claiming they've got the superior insight about you, and start telling you how things really are and how they should be. You're not even allowed to say anything that opposes their views. We want you to get that when narcissists throw baseless accusations your way, it's really just their inner turmoil spilling out. They sort of throw their own problems and challenges onto you instead of dealing with their own deep issues. But let's be real. Truly getting inside a narcissist's head is way easier said than done. Getting caught up in anger and pointless arguments with them can really drain you. And often, the more you argue and defend yourself against their lies, the more energized they seem, ready to throw even more false accusations your way. Often, this can make you feel bitter about the situation. You may even end up holding on to grudges and thinking things like, "I can't stand how they're always on my case." Also, you might feel utter defeat and wonder, "Why should I even bother? It's just a lot of headaches." So you think about just giving in and letting them get away with their false accusations to keep the peace. Or you might choose to pull away not just from them, but from everyone because you're just so emotionally wiped out. And we can't blame you. Constantly dealing with those false accusations isn't easy. After all, they're a form of psychological abuse, and they can really mess with your well-being. Now, before we reveal how you should really respond to narcissists in such situations, but before that, by the way, make sure to subscribe if you've learned something new today. So, here's what we suggest you do. First, don't defend yourself. You might think it's counterproductive, but hear us out. Basically, trying to explain anything to a narcissist is a waste of time because they'll never understand it or find it good enough. So, really, there's no point in trying to justify or defend yourself to them. What's more, they make up these false accusations about you because they want to live in a made-up world where they look better by making you look bad. So honestly, there's no use trying to defend, justify, or explain yourself or your actions. They've already decided what they think, which brings us to the next point. Second, keep reminding yourself that you're dealing with a narcissist. Take a moment and think about who you're dealing with. Remember, this person is a narcissist, so they shouldn't dictate your behavior or pace. Don't let someone who's not in a good mental space decide how you should act. It's super important to figure out how different you are from a narcissist to avoid being manipulated by them and reacting the way they want you to. Third, think of the characteristics you have that the narcissist doesn't, and the scenarios where you'll apply those characteristics. You know what's super important? Figuring out what traits really make you different. You want to identify the characteristics that distinguish you from the narcissistic person you know. So here's an idea. Put together a list of, say, 12 to 15 traits that you feel really define you. Think about stuff like being patient, respectful, firm, open-minded, honorable, able to set clear boundaries, or even just the ability to hold yourself back when needed. You want to come up with a list that pretty much says, "Hey, this is me. This is what I'm all about. And yep, I'm nothing like a narcissist." Then, picture yourself applying those characteristics. For example, imagine hearing out a narcissistic person's false accusations with patience. And if you think you're good at setting boundaries, imagine yourself doing just that when a narcissist crosses the line. The main point here is to remind yourself of your unique characteristics and how they can help you navigate through difficult situations with a narcissist. Fourth, deal with them with confidence by constantly reminding yourself of the truth. Remember, you're dealing with someone who's not seeing things clearly and wants to be the hero of their own story. And their claims against you? You know they're not true, so you've got to keep reminding yourself of that. And when you respond to their accusations, stay calm and confident. This will throw the narcissist off because they're not used to dealing with that kind of behavior from someone they believe is under their control. Just to clear things up, it's not about defending yourself when you reply to them. It's more like sending them the message that you know the truth about yourself, so what they're saying doesn't bother you. You could say something like, "I get that's how you see me. Well, I see things differently. I know who I am, so what you think about me is on you, not me." Fifth, set boundaries and be firm with them. You don't need a narcissist's approval, really. Trying to change them is not on you, and it's pretty much impossible. But changing yourself? It's totally doable. So just do what feels right to you. Even if they try super hard to shape who you are, remember, they're not the boss. They don't get to make the final call. You're not stuck playing by their rules or buying into their story. You can, however, set boundaries. This will prevent you from getting sucked into endless arguments with them, as well as their manipulations. And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and we will personally reply to your comment.